Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie, HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right. So I know a lot of y'all are wondering why he's sitting down today. And because I want to talk to you today. I really want to interact with my people today, man. You know, we coming live from South Africa, live on YouTube, live on TikTok, you guys. Very critical time of our lives. I want to talk to you and just let you know that what we're doing is not in the moment. It's a movement, okay? And it won't stop. This information won't stop. Nobody can stop it. Nobody started it. But it is a attempt, as always, being human species, is to elongate the experience. And so I'm what I'm teaching you is nothing more than just what has happened. We've always figured out things to elongate and expand our knowledge when it comes to our bodies and our minds and our health in all those areas as well. Okay. So that's what we do here, you guys. You can't heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. And for most of us in this earth plane, that's what we want. We want happiness, wholeness, and wellness. And basically what you're saying is you want this oneness, right? Because all of those words in some form or fashion means a oneness with things in this paradigm. You want to feel like you belong. You want to feel like things uh, uh, um, can benefit you in every way. But when we come into the paradigm, we're written with stress and capitalism and depression, oppression, and trauma. And folks want to touch on you, molest you, give you all these human disappointments and things of that nature. So you keep getting all these negative experiences, and you tend to figure that that's what it is. But I would like to describe this particular natural phenomenon that we're living in to you in a way to where you can understand the naturalism of what you're in. In any environment, when a baby is introduced to it, you have to be able to be on guard, or that baby can be privy to a predator. Okay, and so there are predators in the environmental stimuli. There are going to be challenges in this environmental stimuli, right? It's environmental stimuli. You're in a world where anything can happen. You got to be on point, okay? Now, the thing is let me wait till we, oh yeah, we already there. Y'all know how to do it, man. Y'all keep tapping, I'll keep talking, all right? We're going to get to y'all questions and answers. But the thing is that this dynamic is that we don't understand the phenomenon in which we're in. So the environmental stimuli keeps us stimulated. All that does is tire out. That's it. But if you knew how to run the dynamic, and let's say you said you've been here before, you've been reincarnated. Well, then what is the problem? If you've been here before and you've been reincarnated, you guys, what is the problem? You don't remember. You've forgotten. Right? So that's normally the problem, is that you don't remember and you've forgotten. So how do you break out of it? Is that you have to do this in remembrance of me. You got to break out of that fog in order to elongate or to evolve humankind, right? And so there are people that are chosen to do that. That's not necessarily everybody's job, but it is everyone's ability. It is all about who get the tap in, who's riding the wave, who's hitting the head on the donkey at that particular point in time in history. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand this. Why was the babies born under these times? Jesus December 25th or September the 23rd or March the 21st, whatever his birthday is, why is it like that, right? It's because these dates and times meant something in time and space. And they really actually hold your history. You wouldn't know history without the goddamn year. Well, Jesus was here 2,000 years ago. That 2,000 got to go from somewhere. You got to come from somewhere. So this time is a real big thing. And before we get started on questions and answers, you guys, The first war ever told, the first battle ever told on the planet was between, let me see if I can fix my my YouTubers here. We're gonna question and answer YouTube. So if you guys got questions, just let me know, okay? Y'all got questions, just let me know, okay? The first battle ever on the planet that was passed down through ancestral history was a battle in the universe, okay? It was a battle in the universe, right? And it was between what you would call heaven and earth. This wasn't the first battle, this was the first love affair. Okay? Heaven had intercourse with earth and had a baby called time. In another story, is God So I'm gonna clean this up for you real quick, but I'm gonna show you the dynamic, the two things. God, heaven, mind, Uranus. Okay? Mind, because this is what I believe, that there's an all-seeing mind, there's a universal mind that created all things, and then we got created in the image of the mind. So we got the mind. Because the only thing really the difference is your mind. So mind created the whole universe, and then mind wanted a body. Mind wanted a body. So mind had intercourse with a body. Mind went from spiritual to physical. He wanted earth, Gaia. Mind wanted body, and with that intercourse, so masculine and feminine, with that intercourse created time. Now time, being the sun, wanted all to shine. So time had war with the mind. This is the oldest story on the planet, though. And what I'm trying to tell you, it was between the planets. But listen to what they represent, and you'll learn something today. Then we'll do question and answer. So then the son time said, I don't like daddy. I don't like God. I don't like mine. I want to run the throne. So time plotted on mine and did a good job of the plot so much that time took over. Now, there is another component to this, because when time took over, there was nobody going to stop time. So it was just time and body. Until love came in and rescued the day. And when love came in, it blindsided time, took time off the throne, and put mind back up there again. This is a 4-part harmony story about Uranus, the Earth, Saturn, and Venus. Mind and body. Mind created body. Mind needed body to get a body. Mind needed solids to create the dynamic. But under mind and body, you created time. I told y'all I came into this paradigm not to chase diseases, but to eradicate the death conscious. Death is your disease. You've been reading all this time about everlasting life, and you still haven't accomplished that. And you ask yourself why we haven't seen it. But you know how many attempts there have been because of these stories historically rumbling through humanity. Who to live forever? Got the Asians over there trying to, boy, they'll starve themselves to death. Krishna, live forever. Mithra, live forever. You got folks doing crazy stuff to their physical body to try to reach this everlasting thing. And my point to it all is you got to learn. You know, one thing we used to always talk about in the Navy is they always used to say, well, tell us every rule is written by blood. So you must learn that when we tell y'all not to do something, it's because somebody lost their life doing it. So that's the reason why. So my point is that you learn from every mistake what the culture is. So as you learn history, then you're learning how to get better at your future. So when I learned the history of medicine, it also took me through the history of mankind. Then you start seeing that the falter ain't because we didn't know. The falter ain't necessarily because we wasn't smart. The falter was because we just wasn't smart enough about ourselves. So therefore, the smartest ones of us left that as a goddamn hint and put it on the wall to know thyself. Because that's where you're lacking. And when you know thyself, you'll see that you're more capable of doing things that you've never, ever seen before. Did you know right now you can go and pay a ticket to see a grown, full woman get in a suitcase? You can go see a full-grown woman right now in a little pop-up shop and look at her. She'll fold in a suitcase for your ass. You can go see any full-grown man get in a box. I mean, we're already doing crazy things, okay, without the knowledge. But some of us who have it, those are the people you're seeing doing those amazing things. They know themselves well enough. So you're not being able to get over your fears is one reason why you're not able to understand how to heal yourself in every aspect of life. And another reason why is because of your habits. So you got fear that strickens you or constricts you. And then you have what we call habits that constrict you, right? So we want to be able to get these things off the plate, understanding that, look, love can defeat the time. Your aging, your ability to be so pressed. Time is not in control. Mine is, but it was rescued by love. So that love is going to be our window for always knowing that there will be intuitive messengers, intuitive babies born, intuitive people created to continue to show us that we need to control our mind and body issues. Not your time and body, it's your mind and body that needs to be back in understanding and back in flow. It's your heaven and earth. Now, what happens is you get off track via anxiety, depression, all of the capitalism, the stresses of life, all of these things get you out of body. So the mind gets off the throne and it goes forward and backwards without its protector, the body, leaving the body to be nothing but a victim of his own habits. So now you can't stop nothing the body is doing. You like the Walking Dead, you like a zombie that eat all day without a mind. That's why they want brain. You didn't know that? They'll eat all day without a mind, y'all. That's why they want it brain. See? So letting you know that your indulgence will take over if your mind is not present. Your body will never leave your brain will never leave your body, but your mind does. So we're teaching you that. Now, The thing what I'm trying to show you is that this little innuendo in this old story, that love got rid of the time aspect, the rulership of time. That's what we're under. Okay? But time is what we utilize because we came into the matrix. We got to utilize time to get out. It's almost like, have you guys ever been to an escape room? If you ever been to an escape room, you know you're gonna have to figure out some of them combinations to them locks. And you're going off of time. You got a time limit. The time is on the wall. You got 30 seconds. You got an hour. You know what I'm saying? You got to get through these goddamn escape rooms. So the biggest components to escape rooms with the time clock ticking is combinations to locks. To open up rooms inside of you, but then also rooms inside of the matrix that you live in. And what I'm saying is we found the codes. And we can share them with you. They're your birthday. Okay? They're your birthday. Your code is your birthday. It's decoded in your birthday. And that's what we utilize in the owner's manual. Okay? Now, so I'm ready for questions, man. But just understand that story right there. Understand that's the oldest story told on the planet, but it's told in many different ways. Many different ways. And that's a constellatory story. Yo, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on, you guys? If you guys got questions, come on with it, man. Mecca Dion said, felt like, yo, chill out. But and she said it felt like truth to me. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just kind of what it is. It's not necessarily about if it's truth or not. It's more about what has it influenced in your particular paradigm, right? Whether truth or not, it's got influence in the paradigm, right? And so that's the biggest thing. How all of this is happening. Hey, man, be quiet. Shut up, boy. So that's the biggest true thing right there is how much influence that this has gotten in your identity, in your storytelling. It may not even be true, but it's going to influence the hell out of everything. What's the red box about? That red box is going to be the times. Remember that it tells you that your times are not daytimes, okay? Your times are not daytimes, right? So each of these life lessons is 10 years. We stay in each of these deacons 3.3 years, which is basically 3 years and 4 months. Okay. And so 3 years and 4 months each deacon. So each deacon is 30 days. I mean, each deacon, you got 3 deacons, so they 10 days. You got to know how to do this. Okay. So 10 days then equals what? 3 years. So that 3.4 years. So if I got 30 days, then I got 3.4, 3.4, 3.4. That 4 is 4 months. So 3, 6, 9, we get that from the 3s. Then the 4s is going to give us 4, 8, 12, which is 12 months, which is another year to that 9. And then you got 10 years. So what we're breaking down to you is that if you live to be 100 years old, all you would have lived really is 300 days. But you don't know that. So that's why I'm taking questions and answers, y'all. Because I got to a level to where it's time to be able to really talk to you in a way to where you understand that what you're seeing is for real. Yes, it is a phenomenon, but it is for real. And it will work for you no matter if you believe in it or not. And you don't have to be black to do it. You don't have to be rich to do it. It's for all of us. I'm coming in late. What's the code with the birthday? Your birthday is the code. Your birthday holds the codes to who you are. You said because time doesn't exist, really. Time does exist. It's Saturn. And time has its influence on you. That's my point to what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Love exists, it's Venus. Time exists, it's Saturn. Earth exists, that's Gaia. The mind exists. The God, the heaven that you're looking for is Uranus. Uranus in Greek is heaven. Uranus in Greek is heaven, but what I want y'all to really look at is look at these backwards. Okay? Uranus is sun. It's sun. So in the ancient stories, Uranus ran everything. Okay? Uranus was God, like the grandfather, the godfather. Godfather. The Godfather. If you look at the God, the Father, the Son, so Uranus would be, I am God. Uranus. Right? He playing that role. Uranus in the stories is God, y'all. Okay? In the Bible, God, Jehovah. Okay? Before they had them words, they talking about planet Uranus. All right? That's what I want y'all to get y'all to understand. Okay? And so these are ancient stories. Now look at Venus. Spelled back is Sun Eve. So you got Sun Aru, Heru, Sun Aru, and Sun Eve. Being basically the saviors of this moment. Then you got the battle between the suns, Saturn and Venus, time and love, Jesus and the devil. So if you come into this paradigm under time, then you'll never feel like you've been loved. This ain't between you and your girlfriend. This love ain't between you and your children. This love ain't between you and your grandmama and them. This love ain't between you and your job and your career. The love that this is trying to get you to see this death is the love between what you say you believe in. But if you so pressed with time, this keeps the mind separated from the body because time then you put on the throne. You make time your God. Then time and body gonna make what? Nothing, because time is going to disintegrate the physical. So then love came in and rescued you from time and said everlasting life. But you can't see the love in things because that's the component in us that's been so messed up through human hurt, trauma, and all this type of stuff. And so that's why we're not going to be able to do it. That's why we say love heals. So what we're teaching you is just how to love on yourself and be able to accomplish this in the way that it is designed for you to do. Okay? Everybody get that? Any other questions? Let's go. Everybody get that? Any other questions? Hi, just tuning in. How often do you go live? I go live twice a day, you guys. So the rings done came out for Saturday. Now I'm gonna go a little deeper. Okay, I'm gonna go a little deeper to show you how this is talking about today, which is why you're going to see a shuffle in man. Look, these ages last thousands of years. Okay, so what I'm talking about have gone on already for hundreds of years already. Okay, what I'm finna tell you can be going on hundreds of years already. Now let's put this in layman's terms. Now remember the battle between Saturn and Uranus. Okay? Uranus represents the age of Aquarius, is the ruler of Aquarius. So right now in Aquarius, God and the heaven consciousness is still in control. See, that's what I want y'all to see. That's what I wanted y'all to understand now. Watch this. Uranus is supposed to be the Godhead, is the ruler of Aquarius. So that means that God is in control. Look, Saturn rules Capricorn. Okay? Now watch this now. Time creates structure. The status quo. Okay? The status quo. God creates rebels to break the status quo. You see that? So now you're coming in this moment where when heaven is in control, when mind is in control again, now you'll find a rebellious people. So the rebellion is going to go against your Christian religion now. Not because we wanted to, it's because we're under an influence. But we ain't going to just rebel on Christians. If you're going to find folks leaving all kind of doctrinated sciences and understanding and spiritual things. You're going to find folks doing all kind of stuff, right? Because here's the thing. When you get off of the battery, the time starts. Time. When you get off the battery charge of the oneness in you, then the time starts, right? How many of you understand what I'm trying to finna tell you now? The time stops, right? So now, this is when you start getting this. Yes, sir. But see, you can't stop nature creating messengers. See? So even though you can come up with all the buffoonery in the environmental stimuli for the people, there'll always be what you call lighthouses. A lighthouse of a being that'll come giving direction. You can call me the timekeeper or the navigator. My job is just stay there long enough for somebody to need you. I ain't got to go nowhere, move nowhere. You just stay there long enough and you just keep on teaching, keep on preaching what you know is real. And when guess what? When folk lost, they'll find the lighthouse. See? So my point to you is that when you get off alignment, which you did as soon as you were born, then the time started ticking, right? Under your social engineering, time and structure started to be the ruler. And in order to defeat time, this message of love coming from the basic instruction before leaving earth was a love message that said that if you love thy neighbor with all thy heart, thy mind, thy soul, and if you love God with all that thing, the same thing, then guess what? That is above all the laws. How can love be above all the laws? Because what it's saying is that love is above all of the structure. Love defies time. Okay? Capricorn, Saturn, laws. So we're being rebels, breaking all the laws, breaking all of the systems. Okay, system. You get it? We're breaking all the systems, time, all this stuff. So you're seeing now what we learn how to do, how to break time. How do you break time? Is through your mind. This is a spiritual thing. Heaven and earth. Right? What are we going to do? Mind and body. Okay? So that's why this is important. Uranus is running Aquarius right now. So it's wherever Uranus is at, you'll start to understand those things. Uranus is right now in Taurus, about to go into Gemini. But look at all of the things that's been happening financially, right? You either been getting some money and you've been breaking down those ideologies of I can't get no bread. it's you're breaking down the structures so you ain't doing the same things as your mama them used to do, or your daddy them used to do to make this money. So you're breaking through. You're breaking through the systems, the times, and the structure. People, the reason why we're rebelling against the normal conversations of things as far as the medical and as far as the financial and as far as the systems, the governments, and the laws is because we're under the rulership of this influence right here. And it's because you've always been fighting against time. So the time is what I'm saying is in order for you not to expire. Remember, I am fighting against the death conscious, not diseases. So in order for you to be able to understand this death consciousness is that how do you defy time? That's what all of the ancient gods and tribe was trying to do. Live long. Y'all don't understand this, man. This is supposed to be evolution. How do we evolve if you starting to come up with the same song? Jagged Edge just came out, bro. I already done remix Jagged Edge song. Come on, man. Jagged Edge still young. What the hell you talking about? Jagged Edge still young, pimp. And somebody done remix that. You done ran out of ideas that quick in 20 years. I would say about 30 years, about 27, 28 years when Jagged Edge came out. So by 27, so in 30 years, bro, you done remixed them folk already, and they probably in their fault is still. Because you're coming up with a lack of ideas, so that's not going to evolve humanity. So how do you evolve humanity? Thank you for asking. This is also about two dynamics right here. This is about intellect. Okay? You'll find that Capricorns and with the Cancerian qualities are very intellectual, independent people. Okay? But this is but it ain't about Capricorns. But then I'm just trying to get you to understand. Versus intuition. Okay? Versus intuition. When we get into some of these dynamics in this environmental stimuli, you can't solve everything because some stuff you've never seen before. So if you've never been in this environmental stimuli before, then you got to go on instinct, intuition to solve it. If it's happened before, then you can intellect will kick in. So you got this transition from intellect to instinct that has to be very keen. And what's happening is you're growing up in intellect and you're trying to use that for every single thing that comes your way. And that ain't the answer to everything. There's another goddamn thing you got to use here. So when you get broke, financially broke, and you feel like you don't got to be no bum. You don't got to be in no shelter. You just got to get intuitive. When your kidneys don't work, your body down, your physical ailments are just taking over your body. Yeah, you ain't got no physical energy to heal yourself, but you have mental and spiritual. You got to be able to kick that in. You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to do that. You got to. Okay? So at the end of the day, it's going to be your biggest thing. That's going to be your biggest thing to understand. And when we can get that part down pat, then we say, okay, how can I reconnect back up to the battery charger? Show me how to get back to the battery charger so I can get off the time clock. So you can get off this TikTok. Any other questions? My intuition is fuego these days. My intellect hasn't served me a bit. Well, it just all depends on what paradigm you in. Right now, if your intuition ain't kicking in, then obviously you're in your physical and not your spiritual. Mr. HerbMan, do you believe in I don't really have a belief in a lot of different stuff, okay? Do I believe this works? Wholeheartedly. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? All the other stuff, I'm just using it as a teacher would use just to get you to understand where we're coming from our dynamics, okay? Everything is influencing us, and we are influencing everything. It's a universe. It's a one song. But this is the oldest story on the planet that ain't really talking about nothing but planetary movements that are conducive to influencing your life. So the story came from somewhere of man's mind, because ain't no man went up there and saw no God in Gaia intercourse to have no Saturn. You see? So at the end of the day, this is mythology that has influenced us to teach us how to plant, how to do these things, and how to live under time and structure and organization. But that time doesn't align up with your everlasting life theory. Because if you got everlasting life, then you're running out of time. So why are we dying? So that's all I'm saying. Higher self, collective consciousness. Yep. Relate to it, daily gratification. Yes, sir. So how many of you guys understand what consciousness really is? Let me ask that question. How many of you guys really understand what consciousness is? Anybody? Put some ones in the chat if you know. If you want to come up on the live and chit chat with me, you're invited. I will invite you. Just put me in the chat and you guys can come up. Okay, put me in the chat and you guys can come up. All right. Let's see. Relate to daily. Hey, what's up? What's up? Love and intuition is the point, right? And those are timeless. Yes, please explain. Present. Me, Reed, you want to come up? We can do that. Let me bring you on up. Let's see. Reed. If they let me. All right, Reed, you've been invited. Aware. All right. But yeah, I mean.
Hello. I don't fully truly understand consciousness. I'm just learning. But I would say, so far, what I've seen, there's one in the metaphysical and there's one in the now. But realistically, it's all kind of the same. You're influencing your consciousness with your own input, but it was a consciousness coming from somewhere else, somewhere repeated.
I couldn't catch that last part right there, Reed. What you say now?
Somewhere repeating.
Somewhere repeating, right? So let me ask you this: do you believe that there's a consciousness outside of your consciousness? Is what you're basically saying? So basically, you're saying there's a universal consciousness, and then there is your consciousness. Are you trying to say that? Can you hear me?
But yeah.
Yeah, you kind of going in and out. So you might want to call back in. If you call back in, I'll bring you back up. Anybody else know what consciousness is? Anybody else knows what consciousness is or think they know what consciousness is? If you want to come up on the live, you guys, you can. All you got to do is say me, and we'll let you join the live. Because here's the thing about consciousness that you guys don't understand. Consciousness is, and from the little stuff that he said, he was kind of right on, especially when he first began to start talking. I just wanted to clarify what was the now and then what was the metaphysical, you know what I mean? Because what you basically would say then is that you believe that there's a universal consciousness, and then that you believe that consciousness is a representation of the present moment, right? So don't say affirm US, bro. Say me, okay? Me. I gotta see me, man. You know, I'm just tuned into them little two words. Otherwise, I miss you, okay? Consciousness is being aware. Everlasting life can't be true statement if we're all going to die. See, that's the thing, May J. That's what I'm glad that you said that, because that's what I need. I need you guys on the live, because that's a death consciousness. See, that's what we're actually trying to eradicate, May J. Because I know that you grew up as some kind of believer in something, okay? And the mere fact that you believing in a God, but believe that you're going to die is not conducive to the story. Just even the mere story. Because believing in God is believing in a savior of your particular paradigm in some form or fashion. whether you got to die and go somewhere good, or whether you're going to be living here and being saved, doing something good. The bottom line is you're mentally fixated on something greater than you for you to be great, for you to have this more high morality, this high regard to life and everything. You've said, well, this is my example, something greater than me. And that comes from a consciousness. Okay. So my point to you is that consciousness from which learned from it is telling you that you can live forever. But we are dying. And yes, you're right, factually right now, because May J would be intellectually correct, but she can be intuitively incorrect. Okay. Affirm US Rubs. Go.
Greetings.
Hey, what's going on with you? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help?
Thank you. So, in my experience, consciousness is all. So that supreme consciousness or essence that dwells within all.
Okay. So,
and either we have an awareness of it, or an intuition of it, or you're choosing not to be aware of it, just kind of moving around like a zombie, like you said.
Yeah, but I want y'all to say the right word, y'all not, and that's what's confusing us. Because see, the thing about it is this is supposed to be for the least of us. Remember, this is for Rico and May them. They're not gonna come on these lives and talk to you about this shit, but they still got to be for them. And what's happening is you're over-educating, over-articulating something so simple that we all can't get it.
Okay, I get you. So it's just being your natural state of being.
Being in the what though? What time are you in when
that's
you
it. Now, always now.
Thank you.
Right now, that's
consciousness is not about how much information you know. Consciousness is not about how much information you know. Consciousness is not about how indigenous information you know. It ain't about you've been to Africa, Jamaica. It ain't about what subject you know. Consciousness is simply the word conscious, meaning that you are in the present moment. You're in the now. You're aware of the now. But what I'm trying to teach you is how critical that is in your life. Can't you see that your mind and your body is never really in the now like that? So that can be a thing. That consciousness is a reality of something that you should be trying to work on, but you got to know that it ain't for you to learn everything. Consciousness for you to work on is how to focus in the present moment.
To be aware of in that state moment. Of now.
Yes,
the awareness of right now.
You know how often you done drove home and don't even know how you got there, but you know the route, but you wasn't thinking about nothing. I'm saying you done maneuvered all through traffic and everything. Can't remember none of that. That's muscle memory. So what's happening is we're going through the paradigm as a zombie in muscle memory because your mind is not with your body. Your brain can't never leave it, but it's your mind that is very easily taken from your present state of being. So now if I'm an alcoholic, what happens to my mind when I do alcohol? I get sedated so that I cannot stop my body. So I overdrink. Well, that same sedatedness comes in different forms. If I get so doped up on dopamine, the feeling of dopamine in me, I can produce so much dopamine. It better than any thing you can roll up. You understand? Off of ice cream. And now you can't stop that in me. Now I'm big as a house. Because it takes my mind away from the body. Your mind is your stop sign for your body. What's happening, it is victimizing your body. And it's keeping your flesh vulnerable to your habits. This is the whole thing about the Bible talking about defeating the flesh. Defeating the flesh is defeating that urge to always want to solve stuff by your intellect. Always want to solve stuff with your habits. Remember that intellect is something you've seen before, so you gathered information, you heard it before, so you got that information from it already being done before, and you use your intellect, which means you use your intelligence to select. Selecting intel in order to this environmental stimuli. But over here, you ain't seen it yet, and you don't like to deal with that. But there's some environmental stimuli that come to you that you've never used in the battle in those. And that's what we have to change. And how we change that is by putting you back. The longer you stay off the battery, the harder it is. But everybody got a cell phone. That thing get under 50%, 30%. Some of them apps ain't gonna work. Well, self-healing is an application, and it requires a little bit of battery charge for you to do it. Otherwise, it can't work in the background. So what we need to do is put you back on the battery and charge you. All I'm saying with this right here is what we're trying to do here is bring oneness back. A present moment, focus and concentration. They've been talking about meditation, got you all confused. How do I meditate? Is it guided? Do I poop with it? Do I smoke with it? Do I jump rope with it? Do I stop how you stop your thought? It ain't, meditation ain't nothing but what I just told you. Meditation is another word for focus and concentration. Meditation and consciousness is another word for focus and concentrate. If I can get you to focus and concentrate, even if your kidneys don't work, if I can get you to focus and concentrate and use your nervous system, your endocrine system, and your immune system, and your spirit, and total energy to those kidneys as if those kidneys were working, you're going to start feeling tingling in your kidneys and everything. We can use that energy and that communication, because once the brain feels that the kidneys are back online, then guess what? Food go back down. So now the food is going back to the kidneys, creating the rebuild, the regeneration. So sometimes your diet and your blood can't do the regeneration, but your mind and spirit can. This is the dynamic in which y'all are missing. And what's happening is the gurus before us didn't have a whole bunch of information. So they were just starving the body to death. They were fasting like crazy, and they were reaching spiritual heights to push us forward, to evolve us into what we know today as religion and spirituality. But what happened is they devalued the flesh. Oh, they said kill the flesh. They said the flesh is the worst thing ever on the planet. They said the flesh this and flesh that. So what happened was you thought killing flesh literally meant that. When you got to your spiritual heights, you couldn't come back to everlasting. So that still is an untruth. So praying up under a tree all day like Buddha still don't bring you back. So then you know that it was because of the lack of information. So you learn from mankind's feats and mankind's ability to try to thwart life ahead. We want to try to live longer, y'all. Evolving, that's what you have to do. So you're coming to a stumbling ground because now your religious sectors are not pushing forth life. Now your entertainment is not pushing forth creativity. Now your education is not putting forth inventors, creators. And it's because you're too intellectual with no intuitive gifts jumping in. What's going on, man? Mm-hmm. So this is the thing, right? So now you got to understand that this is what is needed to evolve. And the more you strengthen this side of you, the more you start to earn time. You can earn time. Anything else? Go ahead, Affirm. You still?
Yes, I'm understanding you correctly. It's moving from the body to the mind, or from the intellect to the intuition, the knowing within.
Yes, that's what the age of Aquarius is about.
And so once you know, your mind is going to tell the body, and the body will move and how you heal.
Look, what I'm saying is that D Supreme, mute your screen, man. Mute, D Supreme, mute. So what I'm trying to tell you is that this is going to be happening for the whole age, which is 2,000 plus years. We're going to be rebellious against this intellectual fences that have been built around the imprisonment of mental and spiritual acuity. And it's not going to stop. So you just getting started with breaking down these paradigms. You just getting started. Look, seeing tarot card readers and this. You just getting started. And the reason why is because people are trying to get into this consciousness. But this consciousness is very simple. Your relationship is not with cards. Your relationship is not in numbers, really. Your relationship is not in anything. The relationship that started it all is the relationship between man and land. It was a cohesiveness. What I'm saying is the first person you use your supernatural qualities and abilities on was with nature. Remember that Adam was there by himself. Now, I'm not saying that this is true, but I want you to understand it's a principle. The principle is that the body was there by itself, but it wasn't getting ate up. So you didn't require meat, and animals didn't require to eat you. That is a program. That's a program. That's a program, and then you got the program we got to where is praise and predators. But over here, when Adam first was made, when you look at the actual intent of the life of Adam, right, was everlasting, because nothing gonna eat you up. The environmental stimuli was pleasant to your existence. You didn't have a lion eating.
Consciousness was allowed to thrive.
Yeah, everything was allowed to thrive. It was an abundance. So right. So now you understand that. Okay, so that is the direct. I would say the direct. What you would call that? A nemesis to what we're living in now, the direct paradigm to what we're living in now. But guess what? Because it wasn't real people, it was real principles of your consciousness. Your consciousness needs to go back to that utopia. Because that's where the power lies. When you don't desire or need anything and you're not attached to anything, that's really where you get into your most high spiritual consciousness. It's not saying that you shouldn't eat. It's not saying that you shouldn't drink. But what it's saying is that there's always a way to do it. And it was spirituality in every intake of breath, every intake of water, every intake of food or fruits or vegetables was a spiritual understanding. It was, you talking about grace. You talking about somebody praying when they ate back then. Yeah, but you know how long it been that we got that? Hey, that grace was something serious. See, but now your grace is just, you go to work, you do that every day, you gracing 3 times a day. That grace that I'm talking about happened once every week, once maybe every month. That was, you know what I mean? So that was real great. But also, even though I might be that hungry, I gave back things to the nature. I didn't get all of the goats. I didn't do all of the eggs. I didn't eat all the insects. I didn't take all of the plants. I gave some back and put something back. So it always was a spiritual thing that you're not getting now, because you got a grocery stores full of chickens. Grocery store, and my thing is that even though you saying you ain't doing it, just like they tell us about voting, a no vote is a vote. So my point to you is that even though you think it ain't your fault because you ain't littering and you ain't doing it, the fact of the matter is we are as individuals just as to blame, because it's our world. We're creating the dynamic. Everything runs off supply and demand. If you demanded nature, they'll supply it. Go ahead, D Supreme.
Blessings, HerbMan. I just saw your live for the first time, and I want to give my respect. I had a question about Christ consciousness, as we're talking about. I'm not really more of a Bible reader, but I've been reading some verses that kind of relate to everyday life, and I know it's based on the I don't know if you call the word allegory or so, if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah, metaphors.
But so I wanted to relate since we're talking about Christ consciousness as living in the now, how it relates to the meaning of Jesus Christ is coming back, or we have Jesus Christ. Is Jesus Christ supposed to represent the now when you think about it? I just want to get your thoughts.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Consciousness is in the now, right? The now. So what I'm saying is that the coming back is the consciousness. The coming back is representing here. When you're having messengers like myself unearthing ancient relics and ancient tools that we're using as compasses and calculators to get us getting back to nature, right? So you're seeing that coming back of consciousness, right? It ain't about a person coming back. It's a principle coming back. And that principle can sweep the land. So you got a lot of people that are starting to be messengers and catalysts of the coming back. Right. So yeah, you're that. But it ain't the Christ is the consciousness, not a Christ consciousness. It's consciousness is Christ. Christ is consciousness, so it's not a Christ consciousness. It's the same word. So if we're gonna say Christ or we're gonna say consciousness.
Oh, okay, they're the same.
They're the same word. There's when I'm telling you, when you get hooked back up to this battery. So the recipe is polarity. Polarity is a positive and a negative. You guys don't know the positive and negative. Look at everything I'm saying. The positive, the negative, but this is not the wrong and the bad, the right. This is not the good and the bad. This is just the opposite of the other thing. Okay? And you need this to do what? D supreme. If you don't got that goddamn red and black on your goddamn battery when you get out there that truck, what gonna happen?
It's gonna die out.
So D Supreme, it don't matter if you got a Cadillac. It don't matter if you got it don't matter if you riding out that thing in the Bugatti. It don't matter if you finna step out, but you got 15s rolling in the cage. You got the dashboard looking good, your rims shining, you got glaze on the tie, you got your old lady smelling good, you got on your good threads coming out there, but boy, you ain't got no goddamn battery. What gonna happen?
Just die out because it's
you ain't
drained.
Don't none of that mean nothing.
Yeah.
Because you can't go nowhere.
You ain't moving nowhere.
You see what I'm trying to say? So what we're doing is we dressing all up and we doing all of this and we're living under this capitalism and we're structuring ourselves in the intellectual. But at the end of the day, when you get stuck in a situation, the reason why you can't pass some of these tests is because some of them require intuition.
Correct.
That's it. So that's it. The reason why you can't cure the cancer is because the doctor's intellect got to a level they can't pass. So you have to use this one. And these tests are what we're failing. So when we're coming into the tick-tocking moment and your time is ticking to get back on the charger, you got to be able to get back by passing these assignments. And the first thing you got to do is you got to be able to focus and concentrate on where we at in that paradigm. So the owner's manual finds you, finds where you are, and then understand what now is required to put you back in this on the battery charge. And that's the most important thing about the owner's manual. But everything is finding the positive and the negative. So D Supreme, what is your zodiac sign?
Leo. My birthday's tomorrow.
That's what's up, boy. Well, hey, happy birthday to you, man. That's it. That's us.
Appreciate it.
And so that's the reason why you called in. That's what's up. Hey, but look at here, though.
I saw your channel, and it's a sunny Tuesday morning, so it related to. I don't know. It just caught my attention, so I was really interested with the information you're providing.
Hey, man, with this right here, I'm gonna give you this right here. Then I'm gonna let you roll out. Give you this for your birthday. Okay. So you, Leo, I would ask your age to really do it. I'm gonna try. I would ask your age to really give you.
I would be Jesus's birthday when Jesus died tomorrow. the age where Jesus died tomorrow. So
you'll be 33
vertebrae.
So you'll be 33, right? You'll be 33, right? So I'm gonna try to make it real simple and do it like this. So you were born what's tomorrow? The 13th?
Yes.
Okay, 8/13. I'll do it to you for your birthday, man. 8/13. 33. What year?
92.
92, right? That's your manufacturing date. Okay.
Yes.
So now you got a model number, right? So 8 plus 13 is going to equal what's that? 21, and then so that's going to be a 3, and then you got 19 plus 2, which is 21. That's a 3. So your model number 6. Okay.
Yes.
And then Aquarius is a air sign. And then the 6 makes you air as well. Okay. So fire, air. Okay. Now, the fact that you were born in 8/13, Leos normally start out at 7/21. Okay. So you missed, if you look at Leo, you missed about 20 some odd days of Leo. Let me see if I can get you calculated perfectly for your birthday. Just for your birthday, man. I appreciate the love. So
no problem, man. I'm here listening to the information you provide, and I appreciate your live.
Hey, man, no problem. Let me see. So July the 23rd is when Leo start. So if you was born on 8/13, how many days did you miss of Leo? So Leo started on July the 23rd. So July the 31st, you've already at 8 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you calculate the 13, and so you missed 21 days of basically of Leo. So if you miss 21 days of Leo, then we come up here to the red letter since everybody want to know what this is about. If you miss 21 days of Leo, then that means that you missed 10 days, and 10 days is 6 years. So that's 20 days plus 1. So you mix 6 years and 4 months of Leo. 6 years and 4 months of Leo you did not have anything to do with. So that means, 6 years and 4 months you missed, which is going to mean that what you did do is 3 years and 8 months. Okay, now 3 years and 8 months of Leo. So that now I got that. So I got 3 years and 8 months, 13 years and 8 months, 23 years and 8 months, 33 years and 8 months. So you're currently right here in Scorpio. I mean, you're right at the end of Scorpio, my brother. So whatever you got going on, is coming to some closure when it comes to maybe you was in production with something, and maybe you had got into a mutual situation with somebody, a mutual business, or maybe took out a loan or something like that. Those types of things are about to come to a closure for you. I mean, if it ain't already done, it's about to happen. Okay. And then you're about to go into a traveling phase in your life. I don't know if you've been contemplating on traveling and figuring out where you want to live at in the paradigm, but that's what you're going to do.
That's part of the plan. Like, I've been thinking about traveling so much, and that is part of that. Like, first of all, I love traveling, but secondly, like, I've been really thinking about traveling like very soon. I just didn't know when, but it was sometime in August or later September.
Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, so I mean, that's what you finna come up with. And then wherever you go, man, let life take you wherever you want to go. See, these things set us up for the next thing, right? So whatever you went through here for the last 9 and so years here in Scorpio, it was for a purpose to push you into these thoughts about where you want to be at in Sagittarius. Then you ride that wave of being moving. That's your time of moving. Motherfucker, you want to move, you move in them 10 years, right? So from 33 to 43, you live in that and say, shit, man, I trust me. I'm riding the wave. I know I'm supposed to be doing this in this time. And those traveling is also going to help you settle into that career and end off your career. Because that traveling is going to get you to where you need to be for that career to end where you're supposed to end at. But if you fight against moving and I'll be wanting to go somewhere, but the hood want to keep me, Lord have mercy, then you'll find a job in the wrong place.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say now? Everything is setting you up for the next thing. So one lesson is needed for the next lesson. You open up to it and you'll be good to go. Also, this right here from a physical standpoint, man, something's been going on with your hormones too. That's about to end as well, or it's already ended.
Yeah, so real quick before I let you continue, what do you mean by like in a way, like, I kind of have a little understanding of what you were saying, like certain things going to close, but can you a little bit explain in details, like you said, a loan might close, or you said what's the other thing that might close?
So during this last 10 years right here, did you go into some kind of mutual agreement with some kind of business with somebody?
Okay. Now I understand.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So we can keep it on the low. See, when you pay me, then you put the personal business out there. Okay, man. That's why I don't be wanna, you know what I mean? I just want you to see what it'll do. But but now also I want you to understand too that Leo and Aquarius, right? So that Leo and Aquarius, so the lesson that you needed to learn in Scorpio was that it's okay to see the ugliness in things, okay? That was the lesson. Okay. That it was okay to see the ugliness and stuff sometimes. Things get tough. It get intense. And you need to understand that. Now, this next one is going to be talking about your passion. Okay? But because you are Leo and Aquarius, the thing that you struggle with internally is always, do I show Do I show my mind or my heart?
Okay.
You're going to have to learn how to balance that within you.
Show my mind or show my heart. Okay.
Some stuff is going to lend for something else sometimes, okay? But I want you to understand that this is an internal battle, and then this is the external life battle, right?
Okay.
So sometimes you can apply this to everything that you're doing. Some stuff needs your heart, but you're trying to outsmart it. And some stuff needs your love and not your wits. Some stuff needs your you get what I'm trying to get that D Spring.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, man. So that man, but happy birthday to you, bro. You are in the high tide, bro. So you're in your spiritual time of life, man. This is your spiritual time. You're your high tide, your full moon, your waxing moon. You know, go for it. Try to get into those times. This is going to require you to just be magnetic, bro. Well, people ask me, what do you mean by be magnetic? Right now, whatever you're dreaming, whatever you're thinking, is coming true.
Well, appreciate it, man. Much support. Thank you so much for the lessons, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir, man. No problem, man. We appreciate you. All right, peace.
Yes.
All right.
Peace.
Affirm, you good, or you still got a question? Anybody else want to come up on the live? Just say me, you guys. If you want to come up on the live, just say me. We're talking about consciousness, right? What are your thoughts about consciousness? What are your beliefs about consciousness is, and how we can utilize that to heal ourselves? Go ahead, Affirm.
I appreciate you, brother. I was saying I'm going to hop on down.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you too. You know, anytime you're welcome to come back.
Thank you.
All right. Peace. Mama Lake.
Hi, good day.
Good day. How can I help you? Welcome to the HerbMan Show.
Well, I was there this morning and then I left and went to work and I now come back home. So I tap in and see it's still on the live.
Yeah,
and
man.
I saw you was talking to a brother about his birthday, and I's a Leo. Sunday is my birthday, so I would like you to tell me what good things would come out for this year.
Well, you a Leo?
Yes, I'm the 17th.
Hold on 1 second for me. Let me get this person up here. You know, I got these big old fingers over here, so it hitting everything. So you a Leo? You were born with 8? You said 8/17?
Yes.
What year?
1967.
Oh, 67. Okay, yeah, you one of my old schoolers. That's what I like. I like them old school Chevys. You know what I mean? I like to deal with the old. Cause see, the old school don't run around the block a little bit, so we get to see old traveling. You know, we get to see the travel. Yes. But this is also good because I want to show you that just because you Leo don't mean you could be the same thing. So that's a good thing. So he was a fire, air Leo, which means he was a Leo that actually has air qualities. Okay, which means that you will find D Supreme would be one of those guys that would talk to themselves. Okay, talk to themselves, love outdoors, all that type of stuff. But let's see what Mama Lake is. Let's see what Mama Lake. So 8/17, 60 what? 67. Okay, 67 Chevy. All right, so 8/17 is 25. That's 7. All right, so we get 7 out of the month and the date. Now we got to get your year here. So 16 plus 7 is going to give us 23. That's 5. So 5 and 7 is going to give us 12. So you are 3. Okay, and then again, so you're a fire. With that Aquarius, it's going to be that air. And in that 3, you got the fire in you too. So you're a fire, air. And he was a fire, air. Okay? So that right there is just a little bit of difference. Now, as far as where you at, you pretty much are in the same place when it comes to mapping you here. But 67 is meaning that you're probably going to be in what's 67? 58? Are you about to be 58?
59.
Are you 59?
Yeah.
How you gonna be 59?
Yeah, 58.
Yeah, you about to be 58, man. Okay, so you 57. Okay, So we'll say, okay, right about the same time you did 8/17. So you missed about you missed about 26 days. Yeah, you missed about 25 to 26 days of Leo. So you didn't do that much. You only did about 4 days of Leo, which means that you did 1 year and 4 months, right? So you did 1 year and 4 months. So that's 1 year and 4 months is 11 and 4 months, 21 and 4 months, 31 and 4 months, 41 and 4 months, 51 and 4 months, 61 and 4 months. So you're currently here in Pisces month. Okay. You're currently here in Pisces. Now you said what 60, 58? No, you 58, right? So you're here in Aquarius. I'm sorry, I thought you said 68. So you're here in Aquarius. Now being in Aquarius, I can tell you that something's been on with something's been going on with either your movements or something going on in your legs and arms.
My legs.
And so you're gonna have to watch out for that because now you're in your sign because you're Leo. So you're Leo Aquarius. So not only can something be going on with your legs, but also something could be going on with a blood issue.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
So this is what I'm telling you that's good for what we're doing. No longer about love and money. It's about life and to heal ourselves and how we can be able to get to herbs and the foods that we need. But you are at a spiritual time in your life. Okay. You are at a spiritual time in your life. You're right in the middle also of maybe something going on with a group of friends or something like that you got going on with a group of friends, or y'all trying to figure out something.
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine because you can work on that, right? Aquarius is trying to get you to show you. Okay, Aquarius, you want to show your heart, but Aquarius wants you to show your mind. So whatever this little social group you got going on, show them how smart you is, baby. You ready for it?
All right, thanks.
Okay, and then if you need any more information, you just let me know. You DM me, we'll get you some more information. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, bye-bye. All right, anybody else? So again, you guys, this is what we're showing you. Okay, how to utilize these paradigms in order to get ourselves into alignment with what we need to be doing. Okay, that's what you want to do. Get into alignment. That's what you want. Mama turned around and lost. My mama, I feel I'm facing things that knew nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Everything is, remember that the pattern of nature, the pattern of nature is that it is a forever cycle of changing events. So you can't keep nothing here. Even if you found your booth from the first person some 14 years old, y'all could live because of the time dynamic. You can't keep nothing. Things forever change. That's why we got to get off and up under the time dynamic, which is getting off and up under the death consciousness. And Saturn represents what? Death, the laws, the structure. And that's what we're trying to get you to see in that story. Even in the oldest story on the planet, love defeated time. And that's the consciousness that's overwhelming the status quo of your governmental facilities that they don't want you to know. That's the TikToking, because TikToking is actually televising the time where time don't exist. It's almost like it's TikToking on time. So you see they want to take down this thing. Y'all don't understand what this means. This ain't just, this is something trying to get you to understand what we're doing. We're battling against time, and the biggest app on the planet is TikTok.
Yeah, they always put it in front of you before they take it. So I just wanted to throw it for another loop.
Go ahead, read.
8/13/99.
You 8/13. Boy, that's crazy, man. And you was the first caller too. Yeah,
so
that's
I
crazy.
just see what happens if you throw it up on the board and just show how it goes a little bit the same, but a
You
little
want
bit behind.
Yeah, I show you. You said so. Because you would 813 I just did, but you said you 99.
99.
Okay, so that'll be even better because I think he was a male too, right?
Yes.
All right. Now this is 3 Leos and Aquarius, so y'all can tell you who day it is today, right? You can tell who day it is today. All right, so 813 99. Okay. All right, so 813, we know that's 21, so that's gonna make us have a 3 here, and then 19 plus 9 is gonna be 28, which is 10, which is 1. 1 and 3 is gonna be a 4. Now 4 and 6s are the same, so you're gonna still come out being the air here, and then obviously, so you got the fire and then the Aquarian air. So you are still coming out the same as him, but you got different spiritual tendencies. So with a 6, the spiritual tendency, well, I wouldn't say it would have been different spiritual tendencies. I would say if you ever dealt with grief and depression, that's the one spiritual tendency that can grapple you that you want to be careful of.
Oh, yes. It took years to beat that one.
Yeah, that's the one that can grapple you because that thing can, man, that'll spur up autoimmune diseases and digestive issues. And,
Crohn's, MS, all sorts of crazy things they could never truly figure out. And then magically I had a hernia patch fixed by the proper doctor and started focusing on life a little bit differently than what they were saying. And magically it started working when I chose to be happy instead of sad.
There you go, my brother. That's it. Now, so 99, that makes you what? You're a little younger. So 99 is what? 26?
26 tomorrow.
All right. So I think his was what? 5 years and man, don't get me how to do that all over, but I think it was 5 years and 4 months, right? So 5 years and 4 months, 15 years and 4 months, 25 years and 4 months. So you're just starting in your Scorpio, and he was just ending in his. So Scorpio, just beginning in Scorpio, meaning that within the last couple of years to a few months now, you should have been just starting again what they're coming out of. You're going into contemplating on something that you want to do that may require you to have to mutually get it, or you may be inclined to reach an inheritance or take out some type of loan in order to get this idea going. But you're trying to produce something right now, and you're gonna have to figure out how to do it mutually. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you now. But you got to be able to understand that you're just beginning. So when you're getting into this, just know that you got to ride the waves of what's going on and understanding that the choices that you need to make is going to be watching out for the ugliness about things, right? So you got one lesson is going to be teaching you about self or personal possessions, while another one teach you about mutual possessions. And so Scorpio is where you at right now. Now I'm gonna ask you the question because everybody want to know. In the last few years to a month, have you just started to do something that's talking about producing or in production of something that you require some kind of mutual business idea to go into?
Sorry, 1 second. There's a bunch of people doing construction upstairs.
You know my people, they be want to know, is he right?
In the last 9 months alone, I went from 300 pounds down to 160. I started building a CAD software to help every single person who's angry at the world and powers that be show how they trace back through time and history down to the most local of local government around them. And then I spent a massive amount of time trying to figure out how to sit and save people, and decided that that wasn't doable by me giving them a bunch of tools and resources. It was about going back to the basics.
Right. So that's it.
And then every time I did that, I realized the mutual gain that I needed to get, or the financial gain, was not a dollar amount. It was knowledge, and it was the ability to give it back.
Even better. And see, the thing that I like about that is because I be teaching people about this little paradigm. So time is money. Okay, time is just like currency, right? So in essence, what I mean is we're using the same vernacular. You can make time just like you can make money. You can spend time just like you can spend money. You can waste time like you can waste money, and you can invest time like you can invest money, right? And so the thing is that how do we make time? That's what everybody wants to know. I know how to make money, but when you say how you make time, how do you make time? You make time by serving others. All right? Serving others earns you time, y'all. You can earn time. Serving others earn you time. What is the biggest industry on the planet? Service. Service-based industries are what they're doing. They're serving you, making money. But you don't know that you can serve others and earn time. You can spend time. But what we do is we spend our time. How do I spend time? How do I outcome time? How does time exit out of me? And what do I got to watch out about that elimination of time? Because that's what you got to be careful about is your spending habits. Your spending habits, how do you spend time? By worry, anxiety, and depression. Worrying makes you spend your time. Remember that now the clock going faster. So you earn more time. This is a game, the game of life. You got to learn how to be rich. And the one component that you got that you don't understand that you have is time. And he who's a good steward over the time gets rewarded more things, right? So if you're a good steward over a few things, I'll grant you many. And the few things is the time. So now the wasted time, we already know how we wasted time. Idle-minded, you're being idle-minded, and you're being distracted. Well, okay. Another reason why you're still ticking on the clock is because you idle. You idle and you distracted from what purpose is. And then obviously we invest time. How do we invest time? By studying. And I'm going to give you another one, by meditating and focusing. Because what you're doing now is you banking up. When you start studying and researching and meditating and resting, then you start storing up energy, storing up time. At least storing up the knowledge of it. So you'll see that that's the same thing that we need to understand. But how does this work? It's a currency, which means that it's a generator. A generator must have the positives and the negatives to charge the motor. Trust me, this is going on whether you know this or not in your life. It's just the thing about it is you're ignorantly doing it. And that's why when you need it, it don't come in because you don't know how to use your power. What I'm trying to show you from this illustration, and instead of walking through the yellow brick road ignorantly, let's do it intentionally, knowing our way back home. All right, any other questions? Thank you, Reed.
Thank you so much, HerbMan. I just want to leave with one little piece.
Yeah,
everybody here, I noticed there's a lot of people kind of 50-50, some dancing in the comments and saying what they're saying. I'm just going to put it like this. This man is giving you all a piece to a much larger puzzle. I would listen if I were you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, HerbMan.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you, Reed. Have a good one, man. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys got to come up on the live. If you want to come up on the live, just say me, and we'll let you up on the live. You guys just keep tapping. I'll keep talking. You guys get us up to 100K. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us, and we'll get you the information that you need, okay? But that's basically what we're talking about here. I know people are like, what are they talking about? What are they discussing? Is the owner's manual, but we're also talking about consciousness and really what you guys' understanding of consciousness is. So we got Royal Family coming in the blocks. We got Geminator. Royal Family, you are up.
Good morning.
Hey, welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you?
Okay, so I got a lot going on. I want to first start off with my birthday being August 22nd, 1989. Okay. And I feel like I'm in the phase of replenishment. Like, I'm going through a life. I lost my grandma in 2021, and then I turned around and lost my mom in 2023, and The cause of their death was natural cause, pancreas, the C word. And my grandma died of the same thing, stomach issues. Well, with my last child, I found out I was diabetic. He was 10 pounds, so I had to get cut across my stomach. And we all know being cut is not good. Right. After being cut, having a C-section, turn around, I found out I have a hernia. So I'm having some digestive issues, and I fixed it the first time. I was doing everything I needed to do, but then I got scared because I started losing so much weight without having to work out. It scared me. It scared me crazy. So I'm just trying to figure out where I am. I was on live with you early this morning. I'm trying to figure out, did you get any sleep?
No, look here. See, my days are a little different from y'all, man. So I'm hearing y'all from the morning. So it's 4 p.m. here, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. So I'm still in the same day. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still in the same day. The thing about it is that I'm very inspired right now. And it's just a lot of different things that I'm getting downloaded, being in this different hemisphere. And it's a lot coming to me. So the thing about it is I'm just trying to double up on it because, if I don't use it, I lose it. What's your birthday again? 8/22/79?
89.
89.
Yes.
8/22/89. So basically, you made it just on the last day of Leo. Okay.
Yep.
So 89, baby, that means you're what, 36? Well, you're about to be 36?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just say, because you really didn't do nothing but maybe like 4 months of this right here. So then let's just say 10 years and 4 months, 20 years and 4 months, 30 years and 4 months. And then you say you're how old?
I'm 35, about to be 36 next Friday.
So 30 years and 4 months, you're 35. So you're in the middle decan of Sagittarius, okay? You're in the middle decan of Sagittarius. So currently, what you've been dealing with, though, is something going on with the eyes. So what did you had like an eye injury, or you had glasses or something like that?
What's crazy is my eyes is so freaking blurry right now. I'm rubbing my eyes right now. I'm about to take some tea called Eye Magic. It's good for the eyes and the pancreas. And I am diabetic, so I feel like it's having to do something with that. Okay.
And then also you're right in the middle of moving around. Something about you right in the middle of it. Now this whole time that you've been for the last 5 years has been some moving around. Now the thing about it is that that's okay because that's where you at. You're in Sagittarius. So welcome to moving. It's okay to be moving around. It's okay to be trying to figure out what you want to do and get these new experiences right now, because that's what time of life you in. Okay, so don't be fighting around with the moving around. Okay. So it's situated, okay? Now you are at a high tide, so you're at a spiritual thing in life. You can be now starting to focus, concentrate, pray, meditate on things, and you'll start seeing your stuff come true. But right now, sometimes you could be trying to deal with something over here that you ain't got to be necessarily worried about, okay? And so the biggest thing for you is been an 8/22/89 is 8 and 22 is 30, so that's 3. 18 plus 9 is going to give you a 27, so that's 9. 9 and 3 is 12, so that's a 3. Right? So your biggest issue that's causing these problems digestively is self-control. Yes, ma'am. Self-control. And what self-control does now, it'll mess with your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas, your blood sugar, and things of that nature. So you want to be careful with self-control issue. That's the biggest spiritual demon you got to worry about. And when you can control that, you'll be good to go, okay? But that makes you, because all of y'all are Leos, that makes you a fire, air, fire. Okay, fire, air, fire. So you want to watch your fire. Okay, watch your fire, and that means fire digestively and fire mentally. Because now this is going to run into your sleeping habits. You can be overthinker. You could be also can't sleep, mood swings, all that type of stuff. And that's just from that little bit of information. But just understand where you are. You're at a spiritual time in your life. This doesn't require a whole lot of physical exertion, okay? Ride the wave through it spiritually. Understand the paradigms in which you are. Sagittarius is wanting to find the passion. How you pass this test is to find your passion. So all this moving around, moving to your passion, okay?
Yes, sir. I do want to say that you're hitting everything on the head. You're hitting everything on the head. I manifest, I pray, I fast, I do everything I need to do so I can get answers that I need to get. And that self-control is crazy because that's all that I've been hearing. Self-control, control yourself, control your thinking, control what you allow to listen to, control.
Yeah, you got to.
I haven't been sleeping. I get about 5 hours of sleep a night. I wake up every morning like clockwork around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning to use the bathroom. Then I'm up studying, I'm reading, I'm preparing, I'm doing things that I need to do. So that self-control, wow. Everything is confirmation with you. And I want to say I appreciate you.
Yeah, no
Thank
problem,
you for
man.
doing what you're doing for these for us, for the people. Yeah. We need this.
Yeah,
and like you said earlier this morning, it's not about money and finances. It's all about healing. And once you do heal yourself, all for myself, I just got scared. Yeah, so I feel like I'm where I need to be right now.
Yes, you're where you need to be, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. So we found you, and what I'm trying to say is that you thought coming in, well, I got all of this going on up here. See, I talked to somebody the other day, and we were talking about this, where she wanted to know about this here, and I'm like, but that ain't what you working. That ain't is, but you dealing with this, right? So you got to deal with the lesson in order to get through these things, because the ignorance of what the lesson really is, the underbelly of things is to try to figure out where you need to be in life, Royal. That's the real lesson that you're going through. Where do you want to be in life? Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? That's really what you're dealing with. But now you say body stuff and this, that, and the third. But until you start to get in tune with nature, then the physical will always be there. Now, I'm showing you right now, you in the spiritual moment. So you literally could think it away. You could pray it away. You could meditate it away, because you're right there at that moment that your thoughts are so freaking strong at the moment. But if you are using it ignorantly instead of intentionally, then you don't know where you at. So now I'm teaching you how to use that magic that you got. And now your prayer life can start to pray away some of this stuff.
Yeah. I left you a message that I don't feel comfortable with speaking on live with, but I left you a good message. That's going to confirm everything you just said. Everything you just spoke to me, I got it in a message at you already. So it's just confirmation for everything. And I really do appreciate you. I've been waiting to talk to you. And yeah, let's get somebody else up here so you can make their day. I'm about to make me some tea and make me a carrot salad.
Hey, man, do your thing, man. Much love, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, peace. All right, who we got? Jiminy Crickets. Who we got there? Who that Jiminy? Who? What's going on with you, Jim?
I'm all right.
Good, man. Welcome to the HerbMan Show, man. How can I help?
Yeah, man. I stumbled across your show, man, and a lot of things you said, it resonate with how I feel, spiritually. Yeah. And when you was talking about consciousness, I was thinking about a time where I was going through so much difficulty in my life and dealing with some people that caused it to be like very stagnant, for me to move forward. But then to fast forward, I started going to a church that I found by my child's mother. But we ended up going through our hard times, but I ended up staying to the church. Mm-hmm. And I was fascinated about the Spirit of God and how to tap into the anointing and live, how to experience that, and how to to make it a better place on earth. But I didn't end up staying to the church because it was like a lot of confusion going on, with, you know, a lot of gossiping, you know, people trying to focus on what I had going on. So I ended up leaving the church.
Okay.
But, you know, once I left the church, I started noticing that my life started to change for the better, where jobs that I applied for, I was able to, you know, to get on board and actually keep and start, you know, make progress, something that I always desired for. But my thing is to say that goes to the consciousness. I want to know how can I stay in alignment based on my date of birth and, you know, my growing into my spirituality.
Yeah, so the best thing I can tell you is what we're doing, right? We're showing people where they at, right? So, you know, this ancient relic right here is a tool. It's a calculator and a compass. So what it's doing is showing you actually where you are in life. That's why you haven't heard nobody since you've been on here said I was wrong. And it don't matter how bad they come on here to try to do that. They can't do it because we are understanding that this is the ancient oldest technology on the planet. It's the ancient relic. We got the cross. It's got the infinity sign. This is your DNA strands. This is the sun's ecliptic. This is the yellow brick road. This is the life path. You say life path number, but I gave you the actual life path. You see what I'm saying? So and so this is what they mean when they say I'm following the Son of God. Following the Son of God is following the ecliptic of the sun. And it goes through 12 disciplines that y'all call the 12 disciples. So disciples is different from disciplines. So if I say the 12 disciplines, then you know that I'm talking about 12 lessons, 12 principles.
Yes.
That's what Mark, Matthew, Luke, John, and Peter. Y'all get what I'm trying to get you?
You know what's so crazy? My pastor told me he used me as an example when he was doing he was speaking to the congregation, and he just called me up and he say I naturally know how to follow the principles.
Yeah. The 12 disciplines. So what we do is we take these lessons into our paradigm, and then the thing about it is, again, because we are of this most times, then we always just, you ever heard the thing of the sun shine on the dog's ass every now and then? It's because every now and then you'll look up and get on the right coordinates, right? And that'll be, dang, I called right then, and then the boss was in, and then I got on the phone call with him, got the interview, I got the job. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, that just actually happened a few months ago.
You feel it?
Just like that.
Yeah. So we doing it. But we doing it by mistake. And what we're trying to do is get you to do it intentionally by knowing when those opportunities are supposed to come. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to capitalize on everything until you really learn the magic of running the waves. But what I'm saying is that the problem is we're getting stuck at a point that our intellect can't get over. And I'm trying to pull from this intuitive side of you for you to understand that that's the source of energy that we're using to heal your finances, to heal your relationship, and to heal your body. Okay, so real quick, in order for me to know, Jimmy, go and give me your birthday. I'll tell you where you at.
05201982.
So 5/20/82, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you still in the Taurian phase. Okay, so you about 1 or 2 days away from the Taurus. Let's see, May 20th. Yeah, you're the last day of Taurus. Okay, last day of Taurus will give you 4 months in Taurus, right? So 82 makes you how old? 33.
43.
43. Okay, so 4 months, 10 years and 4 months. 20 years and 4 months, 30 years and 4 months, 40 years and 4 months. How old you say you was?
43.
40 years and 4 months, and then you're 43 years old, okay? So that makes you in the first decan here of Libra. So just here recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, you done found the love of your life, right? Your boy good, ain't he, Jimmy? Your boy good, ain't he, Jimmy?
Hey, you sure?
Hey, look, That's what that is, Jiminy. All you got to do now to pass this test, choose peace. If you choose peace, you found your good peace.
Yes.
Okay. That's what that's crazy. That's what I said. I already knew I was gonna hit it when I seen it. I said I'm finna get it.
You showed up in, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
But that's where you at, bro. You know what I'm saying? So good riddance to you, bro. Everything gonna be good. Embrace it. Understand that that's the life lesson, right? So that life lesson there is about chaos and peace. Choose peace. If you choose peace, you'll see that that's you chose peace. That should be a peace.
Absolutely.
Okay. If you choose chaos, though, this is going to end in divorce or breakup.
Nah, I ain't choosing no chaos.
Okay, choose peace, bro. We got you, man. I appreciate you, man. But guess what, though? And also in the last 2 or 3 years, though, you just started that spiritual journey, man. So be more magnetic, be more prayerful, more meditative, focus and concentrate. Bring that shit to you through your thoughts. You ain't got to be doing a whole lot of heavy work, bro. Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Who we got next here? Nate Ball. What's happening? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. Yo. Yo. Nate Ball. Nate Ball done went to sleep over there. Nate Ball said, "But you take it too long." But yeah, that's it anyway, you guys. I mean, if I do another person, it's gonna go over time. But I just wanted you guys to understand that we do this for your health concerns and balancing your life out. There's so much more that comes with this. Okay, understanding this dynamic, understanding the spiritual tendencies, understanding these things. For that young lady that called in and got the name of the demon. Demons are deadly emotions. Okay, demons, they mean deadly emotions. Okay, they're not spirits the way that you think they are. Demons are deadly emotions, and these emotions are very critical to this particular straight line, this oneness within you. Okay, because it keeps up the chemical reactions and it keeps up the endocrine system going. Emotions. So when you got deadly emotions, you must know the name of the demon. And a lot of times you can't get the demon out of you. You can't get the emotion out of you because you don't know the name of it. You don't know what to call it. But now if I go back in my prayer closet and in my meditative closet and say, I release self-control. Because see, now I got your ass. Now, see, because you didn't know I was going to find you. You didn't know I was going to run into somebody that can tell me what it is. What the name of it, because I can't get rid of it. And it won't go nowhere until you know its name. Okay? So self-control is a deadly emotion if it's not handled. Guilt and unforgiveness can be a deadly emotion, causing issues in your body. Grief and depression can be a deadly emotion if you don't release it. These are the names of these deadly emotions. You get this in your owner's manual. Okay? You got to know the name of the demon. You got to be able to understand these things don't work just because you said so. They ain't going to go nowhere just because you want them to. You got to be able to know how to remove. And how do you remove is to understand the frequency. And then there is a thing about remove, or the word release is a frequency. So you're sending communication from your mind to your body, from your spirit to your body. You're sending this communication. Because you're not talking to a fruit or a vegetable. You're talking to your cells, and you're talking to your spiritual consciousness. So therefore, the nervous system and the endocrine system are all involved in this as well. So when I say release, it's a vibration that is going through me that is sitting out a command. That's saying, go and find that which is hiding in the secret places of not only my body physically, but my mind spiritually. And be a flashlight, and be a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path, to find that hidden deadly emotion sitting in the privacy of these secret parts of my body. And they'll hide in your prostate, and you'll call it prostate cancer. And these deadly emotions are hide in your breast cavities, and you'll call it breast cancer, and they'll hide in these secret spaces. So to know their name is to win the game. All right, man. I love you guys, man. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, you guys, please DM me. We'll get you the information that you need, man. I love you guys. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan, man. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And until next time, love HerbMan. Peace. Woozay! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love you.